So we're talking about is that, that's why we don't have language for that stuff, because we haven't had that pattern of making the boxes, and breaking it down and coming up with all the constructs to put things together in that way, because it's opening and we don't need to put things together. And that's, why we don't have
100 words for joy when we have 100 words for sorrow.
But then I guess, it's a kind of, it'd be a different world framework to then actually create boxes that are free.
Yeah.
Open boxes. Have the boxes there, but they're not actually the same kind of boxes.
The problem is also approaching it with that mentality of boxes. Like people in the world try unintentionally to go that direction using the box format. Of like,
Totally.
Okay, we have mindfulness, we have yogic stuff, we have different kinds of anapanas and breathworks and whatever, like so many different things that are trying to lean that way, but still approaching with this formula of boxes, which also is necessary because we come from a world that is in this state of boxing things.
Well, it's kind of like, how do you describe something that's not in this box, but it's like this box that is a little bit more of a transition into something opening. Like, it's a little bit more of an open box.
Yeah, it's an open box, but you still have to use a box so it's familiar to somebody coming into something. What do I do? And you still end up with like sensation is sensation. It's like I'm feeling all sorts of things, but no sensation.
You can't
is
get that barrier of like actually communication, meeting the person, or experiencing or explaining the experience that the person's not actually having, so that they can.
Yeah.
It's
like to put sensation in box, and it's like sensations is this open thing, just whatever you're feeling all the time, and it's so common at Vipassana to all the people like
I felt some sensation. It's like, well, like,
or I felt no sensation. And it's like no sensation. You're itching your mouth right now. It's just itchy. That's not a sensation. That's a sensation. Like the openness of it. It's not sensation's not this thing that you have to find. It's like a specific box as you're feeling it. You're putting this in a box. Sensation is anything you're feeling. It's a big open box. It's not like this little thing that you're trying to find out of all your boxes of different feelings. It's sensation. It's an open box, and it's like expanding, like going into this big openness. So like that's kind of like a good example of just we use the box thing and then have to stop it when we see the box that is about going the other direction. And then you can like box it up and be like, just flowing awareness or something. Okay, that's a box. I get it. It's a station. Buddha's stations to get to Rasgariyu or whatever. It's like you get to the station. It's like, okay, it's a general understanding in the same way that you look at something like some kind of mental disorders. A general understanding. But instead of going, okay, how do I pinpoint it down? It's like, oh, this trauma or something, it caused like this, or this you come up with all these reasons for why things are and have happened and how to get through them, whatever. Instead, it's like, oh, okay, that's a general, like, you get the general assessment, and instead of pinpointing it down, it's like, how do I move from here? And then there's all these different ways of moving, and the more there's like more freeing movements, more like different kinds of practices can lead you in all sorts of directions where there's like just all sorts of things, and then you take those, but instead of like trying to pinpoint the boxes, you're trying to find like movements that cover space and branches up like that. But it's so different, and it's almost too freeing, because then people end up right on the cliff, and they're like, I need something to keep me safe.
Don't know where you are.
It's just so vast. Where do I go?